What's up my friends, welcome back. I have another great product for you today guys. And by the way, stick around because at the end of this video there will be a giveaway, so stick around. Here on the table I have the TS100 soldering iron, and this is a very high rated product, so I had to buy one myself. I was amazed about the size of this unit. When you buy it in the photos you can't really tell the size. Here I have the banana for scale as always, but in this case I had to put a €1 coin as well. So as you can see, it is very small, but it's also quite powerful. With a supply of 24 volts it can deliver up to 65 watts, and that is very powerful for such a small iron. And by the way, the heating time is also very fast, as we will see later in this review. But enough talk for now, let's make a proper unbox, test this iron and make a teardown. So let's get started. Oh, by the way guys, below in this video you will find the link for my Q&A community and my Patreon page. So if you want to post some questions or help others out, go to electronoobs.com and create an account that should take less than a minute and join the community. Also, I really appreciate if you support my Patreon campaign. So thank you very much, and now let's get started. What's up my friends, welcome back. Here I have the TS100 soldering iron, and before we even start with the review, I know this will be a spoiler, but I've got to say that I'm more than satisfied with this product. Without opening the case, we can see that it is based on an STM32 microcontroller. It has an OLED screen and an universal 5525 power connector, and it can also reach up to 400 degrees. It works with up to 24 volts and can deliver 65 watts, which is a lot for such a small soldering iron. But let's see if that is true. Okay, so if you go to Banggood, you could buy different type of kits. In my case, I've bought the soldering iron alone, then the ceramic stand, an extra replacement with flat tip and a power cable with Lipo battery connector. But you could buy a kit that has all of this included, links below. Inside the box we have "just for smaller", weird slogan, right? But anyway, on the side we have the soldering iron unit, on the right side there is the iron tip that comes with, a safety manual, a ground cable, the Allen key, and finally a very basic stand. That's why I've bought the ceramic one. It might look like plastic, but it is made out of ceramic, and it is very heavy and works very good, and also has this sponge here for tip cleaning and another one for spare. If you use the stock one, it can be clipped here on the soldering iron like this, and then stand on the table. Let's check the unit. On the back we have the USB connector and the power plug. This kit doesn't come with the power supply, so you should buy one if you don't have it. In my case, I will use the Lipo battery for test later, and finally my power supply, so we could test it at its maximum power. We also have two push buttons for control, this very small OLED screen, and a screw for the earth connection. Okay, so all we have to do is to untie this screw, insert the tip, and then tie the screw back. Now I will connect the power cable and hook it to my power supply and apply 24 volts. I enable the output of the supply and the soldering iron boots up. As you can see, mine has the version 2.18. And you could easily upgrade it following the steps here in the small manual and using a USB connection. Now when I will press the button it will start heating, so the first test will be timing the heating process. Wow, it can get to 300 degrees pretty fast, even faster than my soldering station. I mean, before, with my old soldering iron, I had to wait around 3 minutes for it to heat up. Then I've got a soldering station and everything got faster, but now it seems even faster than the station. As a test, I start both irons at the same time and compare the heating time. As you can see, this tiny soldering iron reaches 300 degrees in just a few seconds with a supply of 24 volts and is a bit faster than my soldering station. Now you could increase or decrease the temperature by using these two buttons. Long press one of the buttons and then scroll up or down. Or you could power it off by pressing both buttons at the same time. Now instead of the power supply, I will connect a 14 volts Lipo battery and test it again. According to this label, with 14 volts it should deliver around 20 watts of power, and once again the heating speed is quite high. 20 watts should be more than enough for PCB pad solder, and the fact it works with a battery makes this iron portable. You could buy a 6S battery of course, and have a 22.2 volts input, and that would be even better. When it's heating up, the power consumption is around 70 watts at 24 volts, as you can see here on my power supply. But once the temperature is reached, the PID control is taking on, and the power will be wobble around at a pretty low value. So, using a 2200 mAh battery should give you a couple of hours, especially knowing that the iron will enter the sleep mode when not used for some time. Okay, so let's test it a bit using the 14 volts Lipo battery. The first test will be against the big ball of solder, and of course it melted the solder without problems, so even it is tiny, it is very powerful. Of course, with prototyping dual PCB there should be no problems. Works like a charm. So I'm very happy with this iron because that's what I do every day, soldering small PCBs for my prototypes, and having a small iron will be easier for me. Now I also have this another tip with a flat shape, and change it takes only a couple of seconds. Remove the tip and insert the new one. Start the iron back up and it will be heated in no time. The flat tip is useful when filling traces with solder. You could buy any shape or size of tips for this unit for around 6 more euros, so if your tips gets old it will be quite cheap to change it. So guys, we have seen that indeed gets around 70 watts of power and can melt solder in a few seconds, so it is very fast, the size is amazing, it is portable using a battery, you could change the tips whenever you want, upgrade the firmware in a couple of minutes and control the temperature with these buttons with a range from 100 to 400 degrees. Next step is tear it down. All we have to do is to remove this screw here on the back and then open it up. Below in the description you will have the schematic of this PCB, which is quite simple. We have the STM32 microcontroller, an accelerometer for sleep mode detection, I guess, for when you leave it flat on the table without using it for a while. Next we have a step-down converter with an input of 36 volts and the back-to-back configuration of the MOSFETs for the power control that goes to the tip. We can also see the OLED screen, the push button and the good op-amp for the thermocouple amplification. So here we can see the STM microcontroller, the voltage converter and 2 springy copper connection for the iron tip. We have only 2 connectors, so as seen in the schematic the heating element is in series with the thermocouple. The DC connector seems quite strong and the entire PCB it is very small. It's amazing how this tiny unit could deliver such a nice power. Seeing this PCB makes me want to build one myself, so I place this project on my to-do list, making a portable soldering iron, design the PCB, create the PID control and all it needs, so stay tuned for that. Okay, so I close back the unit and that's pretty much for this review. I mean, it's just a soldering iron. With this and a 24 volts power supply you could get yourself a soldering station with variable temperature. The links for all the kits are below. I've got mine for 57 euros, and with a 10 euros 24 power supply you've got yourself a very good soldering station. I mean, it is fast, reaches high temperatures, you could change the tip size and shape for very cheap, looks very nice with the OLED display, and it's also portable. Check all the links below for all the extra, such as the Lipo battery cable, ceramic stands and more tip shapes. There are also 12-in-1 kits for this module, but I only recommend you that if you will indeed use all the tips that it comes with. Now for the giveaway. If you want to win one of these TS100 soldering iron, I've asked Banggood and they agreed to give one to the winner of this giveaway. All you have to do is to go below to the Gleam link and join the contest. If you want more chances to win, by entering every day, you could get more entries, so check the Gleam link every day till the giveaway is over. I will announce the winner with a mail and in the description of this video. I would also like to say that if you would like to support my projects and everything I do on this channel, I have a Patreon page. By unlocking the $1 tier, you will be able to see my videos 1 or more days before the YouTube release, and automatically enter all the Patreon giveaways that I will do in the future, and at the same time you will support my work. So guys, that's it for this small review. If you want to see something more about it, leave it in the comment section below. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and if so, don't forget to click the like button like crazy and share this video with your friends. If you have any question about this video or any other, just leave it in the comment section below or my Q&A page. Also, don't forget to subscribe and watch all of my other great tutorials, and remember, if you consider helping my project, check my Patreon page as well. Thanks again and see you later, guys.